and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And off we go here at Arrowhead. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And his initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be second down. They put Kelsey in motion. On second down, Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelsey. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Quick throw here, taken by Hopkins.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a first down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Open man is Hopkins. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Worthy.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On the carry is Piron.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are out to an early 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
I think in today's modern NFL, if you had the ability to create a quarterback and all the qualities that come along with it, Josh Allen's at or near the top of the list. And what I mean by that, Mike, is he's big, he's mobile, he can run to escape, but he can also run as a designed option. And then, of course, in the passing game, he can make every throw. He's smart, he elevates those around him. The last piece of the puzzle, can he get over the hump and have that postseason success to really put him in that upper echelon category?
That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
I really like this play design. They're trying to match up the speed of this running back versus the linebacker in coverage, but do it vertical down the middle of the field. And when he can get that matchup, they feel that's advantage offense.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. That's taken in by Shakir.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Cooper going in motion. They'll set up the screen to Cook. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Allen on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Throwing again. It's Allen. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback He put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
On the ground, this is James Cook. And nice work here. He's got the first down to about the 30-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's taken in, Keon Coleman.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Off he goes. And he will get into the end zone. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Pass's kick is good, and the Bills move out to a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense ready now for their second drive. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Motion man is Rice. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Third and long. Throwing is Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. A Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Bills offense ready to take over for their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's Allen. He's got the hook up there to Cooper. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's complete to Coleman. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide?
And he will score. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Pass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills extend their advantage to 14-3. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. on the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going. And for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Here's Matt now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Cook. He'll push ahead to the 21. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Second down and 8. They'll run the draw with Cook. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Complete to Cooper. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Bills 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On 1st down, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now Allen. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. We are through 1. 14-3 is the score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Two 1st downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Allen going to throw again. That's caught left side by Cooper. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a foot.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
A run up the middle with Cook. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Leo Chenal, the linebacker, there for the tackle. Third and long. Now it's Allen. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
On fourth down, the Bills send out the veteran Sam Martin to punt. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Once again, it's Pacheco. And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A give here to Pacheco. And he'll get forward for a couple. Christian Benford brings him down. Off the play fake. Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 5. Play action here. Mahomes. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. That's Greg Rousseau in there for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for KC. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Now Allen on first down. That's caught. It's Amari. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Allen will throw. That's taken in by Shakir. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
A run with Cook. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Once again, it's Cook. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Here's 1st and 10. Cooper going in motion. They'll throw on first down with Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trent McDuffie. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand.
Automatic first down.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Here's Allen to throw. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Allen, touchdown Bills. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills move out to a 21-3 advantage. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready for this spectacle before the break. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Quick throw here, taken by Hopkins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll look Hopkins' way again. This is also complete.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Over the middle, that's Kelsey. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Rasul Douglas there to break that one up.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
On third down, Mahomes. He's got it at about the 8. About 19 yards on that one. They're in business. It's 1st and goal.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Gray is the motion man here. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but...
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. They face second down and 7. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They send him right out of the slot. On 1st and 10, the 40-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And they bring him down inside. Picked off by Trent McDuffie.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is...
First down and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Mahomes now to throw again. This caught right side by Worthy. He is in. Who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs are back within 4. It's 21-17. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense, and Josh Allen head back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. Brian Cook there defensively to knock that one away.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
One more time going up top with Allen. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. To throw again, it's Allen. Hooper with the grab. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes on first down. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and the veteran Amari Cooper set to take over once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Now Allen on first down. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. Open man downfield. It's Kincaid. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Slot man in motion right. They'll throw on first down with Allen. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down. Allen going to throw again. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. He'll try and run here with Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. He'll carry this one inside the 20 into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, Josh Allen. Pass to the left side and taken in by Coleman. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. The tight end Kincaid in motion. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He'll try to run for it. And he's got another one. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Pass's kick is good. And the Bills will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
17.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. A handoff to Pacheco. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Out of the gun, here's Allen. There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
On the handoff, this is Cook. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
On 1st down, it's Allen. This one brought in by Curtis Samuel. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
That's caught left side by Cooper. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly...
And he will score again. Josh Allen, touchdown Bills. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills are going to extend their lead.
The score, Bills 38, Chiefs 17.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back, to kick it off. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. On the ground, this is Piron. Room to run at the 40. And he is going to be out of bounds. A big pickup there for the Chiefs. It's a gain of 34.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play.
And he's into the end zone. Noah Gray. Touchdown, Chiefs.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Butker now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Chiefs are able to edge a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense and Keon Coleman set to get back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Allen to throw. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen.
Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On play action, Allen. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. In motion, Shakir. From the gun, it's Allen. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Play action. It's Allen. Cooper with the grab. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now Allen. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
And he cannot be stopped. He is into the end zone again. Josh Allen, touchdown Buffalo. So that is going to set the new standard for quarterbacks, a record 5th rushing touchdown of this game. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws ever near to the NFL record of 6. Here's Bass now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bills are able to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Pacheco. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. He'll manage only a couple. Matt Milano there to stop him.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here now, 3rd and 5. They put Kelsey in motion. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down. Well-designed play to pick up 16 and move the chains.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
2 straight hookups. This one good for 10 yards.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Here's a screen set up for P-Rod. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help them at all.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Kelsey. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, Mahomes. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are able to cut into the deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They motion the slot man left. On 2nd down, here is Allen. Patch to the left side and taken in by Coleman. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Buffalo.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the gun, Josh Allen. That's complete to Coleman.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
In motion, Shakir. One more time going up top with Allen. That's caught. It's Amari. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Bills 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He'll find his running back, Cook. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the 4th quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late.
And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Bills. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Extra point try by Bass. He knocks it through. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return starts from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Gray is the motion man here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. It's second down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Got a man, it's Kelce. Complete. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw again. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Mahomes to throw it on 4th down. cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Bills' offense and running back James Cook making their way out. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the carry, it's Cook. And just a short gain there, down to the 38. Second down and 8. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
In motion, Shakir. They'll throw on first down with Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's Allen to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Here now, 2nd down and goal. A design run here for Allen. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Pass now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills tack on one more to their lead.
Chiefs 31.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here. beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the outside. Catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They put Kelsey in motion. 1st down throw, Mahomes. He's going to tuck it and go. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelsey.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. Right back to Kelsey again. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Here's a screen set up for P-Rod. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. They put Kelsey in motion. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now it is 1st and goal. Motion man is Rice. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Now here's 2nd and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs are able to edge a bit closer. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Cook. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Cook. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So a road win here for the Bills. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.